I know. I graduated a year ago, and you want me to come out here and tell you that this is my house, that I've done all these fucking amazing things. But let's be realistic, people. I'm 23 years old. I graduated a year ago. But wait. Don't click off. Let's talk about what's happened in this past year. Okay, but no, seriously, I graduated college a whole year ago. If you were to tell me all the things that's happened in this past year was going to happen, I would have probably said maybe, but I still did not think that this many things are gonna happen. So instead of giving you guys the week by week breakdown and making this a 45-minute video, I'm just gonna go in order of some of the significant events that's happened in this past year. So about a year ago, I graduated from Florida State University with my bachelor's degree, and up until 2 days before my graduation, I didn't even know that I was graduating because some class was missing from my transcript, and that absolutely blew my mind. And then 2 days later, they figured out the whole situation, and I officially graduated on May 1st of 2020. So when I officially graduated, I'm not gonna lie, the pandemic had just started. Yeah, we knew it was serious, but for some reason, we just kept choosing when it was more serious than others. So like other stupid college kids, you know, I felt like I was taken away of this hard achievement that I had accomplished because I didn't get a graduation, I didn't get to party, I didn't get to do anything. So being in a college town, surrounded by a bunch of my peers, a bunch of people who are my age, we partied.
We gonna close the block down. Y'all see the block? Y'all see the block shut down.
So throughout all this stupid activity and all this stupidity and childishness, I actually got an email that was a little bit serious. I got an email from my job of them pretty much saying that they're gonna push my hiring date back.
Man, shit ain't got serious, man.
And I didn't know what to believe at that point. I didn't know if they were just pushing it back because they thought this was something that was gonna blow over in a few weeks, or if they were getting ready to take back my offer and they just didn't know how to tell me. But I got fucking nervous. So like most people, I applied for grad school. You know, I wanted it to be my safe secondary option. Now, throughout all of this mental chaos, towards the end of the month of May, on May 25th, George Floyd passed away. It is a serious problem that we have in our country where black men that are unarmed are getting killed by police officers. So being a photographer and doing what I do best, I decided to take my camera out and attend some of these protests so that I could, you know, be a part of history, but also be able to capture that history. This was such a powerful moment, and I felt like there was no way that I could do this past year of my life without including this portion inside the video. Amidst all that chaos though, and still not having that sureness that I would still have my job, I still had to look for an apartment. My lease in my college town was about to end. I refused to go back home, so I had to start apartment hunting all over again in Atlanta. So I started doing virtual tours, I started going in person. It was the most chaotic month of my life. I had a piece of shit car, it refused to work, and so with the help of my girlfriend and my roommate now, we would literally take trips to Atlanta, visit these apartments, calling them up, touring online. It was just so chaotic, but at the same time super exciting because I was getting so close to actually moving to the city that I wanted to be in. And it was finally here. It was finally that time. I had made it. The summer was about to end. A lot of my friends were starting to part ways, and I was getting ready to move into Atlanta. And of course, the week that I'm about to move in, as I'm moving out of my old apartment, my shit starts to flood.
Y'all see this shit? Nah, dog. Like, Mick, oh my God, dog. I fucking hate this city, man. Take me out this shit, dog. Water all over my fucking bed, water. Look, my boxes, man. My fucking box. Oh my.
And this was bad. I had all my shoes out. It just ruined so much of my stuff, and I couldn't believe that my luck was genuinely this bad. But fuck it, I was just focused on getting to Atlanta and making sure that I have a home there. So I had finally made it to Atlanta, and you know, you could always go back and look at my empty apartment tour video, but this was huge for me. I couldn't believe that I actually made it here, but on top of that, I didn't realize how expensive moving was going to be. It was expensive before I even got into the apartment, but once I got into the apartment, I realized I had to furnish it, pay for all sorts of insurances, buy all sorts of things. This shit was absolutely unbelievable, and I did not think that it would cost this much to fucking live. So now I was finally in the city I wanted to be in. I was in Atlanta, but I also had a real 9-to-5 job. This is the first time in my life where I felt like I could take no days off. That literally my job was supporting my lifestyle, my rent, my living expenses, literally everything that I needed. And so this was a very, very scary and shocking moment for me, because now I realized that I needed this more than it needed me. And then I had to face the pressures of, you know, my relationship is now long distance. I no longer am able to see my girlfriend every single day. But through all of that, I found a new passion that I didn't even know that I had, which was film photography. And I really went ham. I bought the camera, I bought all the stuff to scan it. I decided that I was gonna take this shit serious and I was gonna get really good at it. And in my personal opinion, I fucking did. I started to take pictures literally every second, every chance that I can, and I still do to this day. And I was going everywhere to take pictures on film, and I absolutely loved it. And then another problem came. I realized that I still had the shitty fucking car. And this was the moment where I decided that I needed to get rid of it. I got off of work one day and I was getting ready to, you know, go out with some friends. I was about to have a great Friday night. I got in my car and I started driving to the place. It was so hot that I put the window down, but then it started to rain. So I couldn't put the window up because it was too hot. And so it started to rain and my entire outfit got fucking soaked. I literally went home. 3 days later, I got a brand new car. Yes, it was impulsive. Yes, it was frustrating, but honestly, it was time, and it was just one of those purchases where I just couldn't avoid it anymore. I just felt like that was just the perfect way to kind of bleed into my 23rd birthday. It was finally here. I had spent almost an entire year not really being able to do everything that I wanted to do, but it was still my birthday time. And so I'm so thankful that my friends came up to visit me.
Baby, welcome to the party. I'm off the Molly to Zen. Lean, that's retarded. Niggas is fucking fake.
So now after my 23rd birthday, I started to face a real reality in my life where I noticed that I was still taking those online classes for grad school, and I didn't want a graduate degree in economics. So like every single confused kid, I dropped out. Literally less than 6 months from when I started. But it was just the right decision for me at that time, so I did it. Then the holidays passed, you know, you do the holiday stuff, and now we're starting a whole new year. And of course, with my luck, whenever I want to start making things go well, I fucking got COVID. I really underestimated how annoying having COVID would be, and it fucking sucked. I couldn't taste or smell, and luckily those were my worst side effects, because there has been people who've had worse, but it sucked really, really bad, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. So now as the new year started to move, I started to get somewhat of what you'd call more stableness. I started to be a little bit more consistent with making YouTube videos. I was keeping up with all the relationship with all my friends. Everything had kind of been going good. I don't really feel like, you know, things had been going more negative. It had been more positive than negative, and this was finally the moment that I was waiting for, because it took me almost 9 months to really get stable in the city that I wanted to be in. Out of nowhere, investments became this crazy huge topic, and finally had a little bit of money to play with, so I started to get a lot more into investments, you know, doing the whole Doge thing, but that's what really started me, and then started to take it a lot more serious. And then we were back in May, and that quickly, it had been a whole fucking year since I graduated. And so I think about what's next. Do I want to focus on the corporate America route? Do I want to focus on more of my creative route? I'm 23 years old. I don't have to choose right now. I still have some time to make those decisions, and I still have the ability to do both. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what this next year is going to bring me, but I definitely feel like it's going to be a lot more positive, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot more adventures. But the only thing that I could hope for is just for good health, and then I bring in 24 the way that I wanted to bring in 23. So if you guys really enjoyed this video, I would really hope that you guys could subscribe to the channel, leave a like because it really does help the algorithm. And if you have any suggestions on videos that you want me to make, please leave a comment down below. I read all the comments. It's not like I got 1 million subscribers. Really appreciate y'all for tuning in, and until the next one, peace.
I have some issues when it comes to you. Go crazy in my membrane if they ever mention you. Baby girl, I'm a rider, wanna stay right beside ya.